What is up? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Back with another Resident Evil video for you. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing my personal opinions of how the Hound Wolf Squad could have been done so much better and how they were used in Resident Evil Village. It's no surprise that if you've watched any of my videos, I've not been too high on this squad, and rightfully so, as well as a lot of people who have played Reverse have just wondering, why are these 5 characters the ones that are added to this game mode, on top of everyone else is saying, like, why not have famous characters that we know, that we want to play, not these random 5 people who all look the same. They're all very similar looking. And obviously it's not from a standpoint of a gameplay perspective, but just from a perspective of, hey, you know, we don't want to play a bunch of G.I. Joe wannabes. We want to play people that we know in this type of mode. But what if I tell you that this could have all been changed if the squad was implemented and used so much more effectively than they are, obviously, in Resident Evil Village, a game that debuted. I mean, think about it logically. Until most people didn't even really know who these Hound Wolf Squad members' names were, let alone who they were underneath their mask and all. And by the way, they're all brand new characters. And I've heard a few people try to defend, well, they're trying to create brand new characters. I have no problem with brand new characters being created. But are you going to tell me these characters are going to be used 1/10 of the way any of the famous characters in this franchise have ever been used before, as well as become iconic and well-loved characters? Yeah, I'm going to press X for serious doubt for that. And maybe I'll eat my words later on, but you know, I'll take that bet. These 5 characters, as I said, have less screen time combined than that one police officer from Resident Evil 7. I mean, that's how little they are in Village. They are not in Village at all. But what if I tell you, what if they just did a few changes, in my opinion, that would have easily made the whole reception of this whole squad so much better than what it was? And this would have definitely made fans of the old as well as new really happy, because you would have got a little combination of both. Maybe some of these characters will remain new, but I feel like having the majority, if not all of them, be returning characters would have been so much bigger of a pop. So much bigger. I guarantee you Resident Evil Village would have done a lot better. Not that it didn't do well. It did sell well. It was a highly entertaining game and received pretty well. But it would have been so much better if this is what happened instead of what they gave us with 5 brand new characters who we all know are never going to get some big, you know, development of being cool characters like the iconic Resident Evil characters. But tell me if this whole scenario wouldn't have been cool. You have Chris, and he's the one who creates his squad. Obviously, it's a squad that's got to be created based on people he thinks that can get the job done. So he obviously knows and trusts these members. Tell me if it would have been cool if this squad was made up of people like, you know, Barry Burton, someone we haven't seen in a long time. If it was made up of, you know, Carlos, someone we haven't seen since Resident Evil 3. You know, you could add Carlos. He could have been the Lobo, for goodness sakes. I could see him doing that. You could have had Jill brought back. It'd be nice to see Jill, how she looks, if she's still blonde or not. You could have had Sheva, you know, another character from Resident Evil 5, someone who I know is currently still in the BSA last time I checked, but it's been such a long time since we've seen her. And also it's very key because, once again, as you see here, you know, Chris has a lot of distrust issues with the BSAA, and at the end of this whole game, where they'll plot, they've gone back because they're using bioorganic weapons. So having someone still in there and then maybe monitoring and being up close would also create a cool plot line of, do they still trust the BSAA? And then that's why they went rogue and went with Chris. It would have so many characters that we know and love to see. Not just that, not just for the plot points, but just the back and forth camaraderie, because they try to make it seem like these guys have been together, but the problem is we haven't experienced those moments. We don't know who these people are. This is the first time we've ever seen or heard them. You're going to tell me they're going to give you the same development they did as they did with, like, Jill, Barry, Sheva, and the others? Yeah, I don't think so. At the end of the day, I just think we need to give our famous characters, not just the ones that are basically the main characters, but some of the other famous characters that haven't seen the limelight in God knows how long. I think they need to be brought back. I mean, everyone loves Barry Burton. Like, honestly, who doesn't love Barry Burton, for goodness sakes? I mean, everybody loves Barry. Having him come back in that role, and obviously being a little bit of an older vet guy too, would just been so cool. Fans would definitely love to see Barry. Having Carlos come back, another character that fans generally love, seeing him come back, and then obviously, with Jill there. Come on, the explosion of seeing her back in the current time. Oh my God, you can never imagine. But it would just make too much sense because, as I said, with this whole storyline that the BSAA is now going rogue, what they ended with in this game, it just makes a whole lot more sense that Chris obviously has people that he trusts. And characters, and not just characters that he trusts, but characters that we know as the audience. As I said, I'm not attested to new characters, but how many times have Resident Evil done this where they have new characters and then they don't do anything with them? They just show up one time and that's it. Not to mention, look how these characters look, the new Hound Wolf Squad members. They all look the same. We don't even see what their faces look like. I guess, to be fair, they never showed Ethan's face. I don't know why they're so anal about that. But as I give them credit, they did new characters with Ethan and Mia, and I give them credit, and I enjoyed both characters. But do you really think these 5 G.I. Joe wannabes that look very similar to each other, you really think they're going to go in depth with development and cool ass moments with them that like they did with the other famous Resident Evil characters? Yeah. I'll see it when I believe it, but having the famous characters I just put up being in that squad, hell, you could have had Rebecca in that squad. That would have been cool as crap. Just a whole cool squad, kind of just a whole homecoming for a lot of people. It'd just be cool to see the camaraderie between each other, how they've changed, how they've grown up, how they experience things as they get older. That would have been a badass moment, and you can't tell me that would not be cool as crap. But unfortunately, it just seems like another missed opportunity from Capcom to me. But with this whole BSAA going rogue, I'm interested to see maybe we can't do something maybe in Resident Evil 9, but we'll have to wait till Resident Evil 9 comes out, unfortunately. That's still probably a little ways off, but that is going to be it. Let me know what you think. Would that have made the Hound Wolf Squad so much cooler to you if you've seen all the famous characters be a part of this squad? Would that have been a badass moment? Would that have made Village maybe not a crazy amount better, but wouldn't that be like a cool moment, not just for that moment and also give them more to do than what they had in the game, obviously, but just for future Resident Evils? Let me know in the comment section down below. But that is going to be it. If you did enjoy this video, hopefully I can see you guys back on the next one. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to see you all later. Peace.